Welcome to the Porsche Mission X, one of the latest cars added to Gran Turismo 7 with update 1.54, and this is a Porsche made to commemorate 75 years of the brand. So with that being said, let's take a closer look. So this vehicle, if you want to get your hands on it, you need to head on over to Brand Central, cough up 1 million credits, but you are going to be purchasing a very powerful vehicle. Now, this vehicle is fully electric and produces 1,341 brake horsepower, which is absolutely insane. And what makes it wilder is the fact that this vehicle is supposedly rear-wheel drive. Now, having so much power, especially with it being electric, that's instant torque going to rear wheels is gonna result in just wheel spin. It's gonna be almost uncontrollable if you just hammer your foot down. So apparently this is supposed to be the successor to the 918 when it actually goes into production, which is supposed to take place in 2025. But you know, with car manufacturers, things are just topsy-turvy and you never really know. But this vehicle can hit a top speed of 204 miles per hour. I don't know why it's expecting more, but 204 miles per hour is kind of low, but you gotta remember it has instant acceleration thanks to those electric motors. Now, the design for the Porsche Mission X took a lot of inspiration from other classic iconic Porsches, mixed it all together and created this. Now, I know a lot of people aren't really a fan of the look, but hey, I'm sure it'll grow on us, and with it being a concept, it's gonna change when it comes to production. So with that being said, the Porsche Mission X has the potential to be crowned the fastest road legal car when it goes into production around the Nordschleife, due to how much power it produces and the amount of downforce it also produces. But when we jump into it in Gran Turismo 7 and just take around K-Auto Driving Park, well, we run into the first issue, well, for me, and that's when I accelerated, slammed on the brakes, and the car did not slow. I ended up going off circuit, so I thought, okay, you know what, let me try that again. So, jumped back into the vehicle, accelerated, braked a lot earlier, and actually made it around the first corner. That was until I accelerated and the rear wheels lit up. This vehicle smoked the tires, and I'm just gonna keep quiet and watch, just see. Foot is flat down and the rear wheels just lights up. That's all it does. So with the Porsche Mission X, when you are driving it standard, well, throttle control is the name of the game. Otherwise, you're just gonna light up the rear wheels and see yourself going nowhere. You're gonna see a cloud of smoke behind you, but you're not gonna be going anywhere fast. Now, the handling of the Porsche Mission X is not as grand as I thought it was gonna be. It doesn't really feel good. It doesn't feel fast. I don't have confidence in the vehicle, especially the braking, because you slam on the brakes and you expect it to stop a lot faster than it does, and that causes me to run off circuit. But honestly, the longer you spend with it, obviously you're gonna get more used to it, understand when you need to brake, how you can take corners. But for me, it just feels almost heavy going through corners. I don't know if you would get that same experience, but for me, I don't know, I just did not like the experience. I felt loads of understeer, and the car just wasn't an enjoyable experience on stock. And then you also have to deal with the fact of, if you try to come out of a slow corner and slam an accelerator, you're just gonna throw the rear end out. It's just gonna start sliding about, and it's not gonna be fun. So that is something that you also have to deal with. Now, the Porsche Mission X, for that purpose, I was not really digging it. But hey, look, if you want to try to fix it, you can head on over to the tuning shop and, well, throw some upgrades at it. And that's the thing, I say throw some upgrades at it as if we have the ability to really customize or or improve anything on it. With it being a concept car, you don't have upgrades to this vehicle. You cannot change suspension, brakes, gearbox, nothing. The only thing you can change is tire compound, and luckily we can throw on some racing soft tires because this vehicle comes standard on sports softs, and as you can see, those tires are gripping up. Nothing. There's no grip. Then when we head on over to GT Auto, we see that there's no visual customization options for this vehicle. You can change wheels. At the same time, you can change paint and livery, so gets artistic, I guess. That's really all you can with the Porsche. But then when we head back on out to K Auto Driving Park to test out now what it's capable of, well, the vehicle, first off, it just grips up a lot more, and I'm so thankful for that. Look, it's still lighting up the rear wheels, but it's not as aggressive, and thanks to that, we are able to really put down the power. And we see now coming down the straightaway, we are doing about 315 kilometers per hour before we need to slam on the brakes. Now when we slam on the brakes, we see that with the racing soft, there's enough grip that the vehicle slows down, and you have more confidence pushing it through corners, which is something you need with this vehicle, because standard, it was very much so, it was so sketchy. It was so sketchy. Now driving it with the racing soft, it's still sketchy, but it's not as bad. You can just know, okay, double down, this is how the vehicle is gonna react. It's not really all over the place. I do feel like it could do with some more downforce, but hey, it gives a good amount of downforce right now with it having no upgrades available. So this vehicle, when it comes to usability in Gran Turismo 7, with it being full electric, money grinding is out the picture. Electric vehicles, they just drain their batteries too quickly to be considered usable for those events, because I think like around Le Mans, for example, you need to complete a lap, recharge, a lap, recharge, a lap, recharge. So it's not really efficient. So for money grinding, this is out of the picture. So usability is technically a road car, so you can use it around events that only permit road cars, and I can really only see this being used around the hypercar parade. But I mean, there are so many better hypercars out there, but I mean, that's still an event that this vehicle would be competitive against. So that's really the only events I can see the Mission X being used in. So with that being said, the Porsche Mission X is a bit too much to handle, and due to the fact that we can't change anything on it because it's a concept car, really dampens it. Because I can see this vehicle being a lot better if we would slap on a rear wing, but I understand we can't do that, so hey, we gotta work with what we got. So with this being said, I wanna hear your thoughts on the Porsche Mission X in the comment section down below. Also, so much for watching, thank you so much for your time, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.